Yo people, welcome back to another video. As you can tell by the title, I'm going to be telling you how to pick the direction of the trend for the week and to get it right most of the time, majority of the time. Just because you get it right don't mean you're going to get the trade right and the trade's going to play out. But obviously picking the trend for that week will help you increase your strike rate. So yeah, let's get into it. So as you can see, for the people that ask me how many pairs do I trade, this is all the pairs I trade. Pause it and count it because I'm not about to do that right now. But then this is my watch list for going into next week. So I've already done my breakdown, sent it to my group and stuff. But this pair is actually not my list for the week. But I'm going to show you why it's not and why other pairs are. So I start on the weekly, and the weekly has to be clear. If the weekly is not clear, then I'm not even going to even go down to the daily to even try to break that down. So that's rule number one, in my opinion, what I do and how I'm able to call the direction majority of the time. Because right now I'm on like a win streak, a 4-win streak. So yeah, continue. It helps you a lot of the time call the right direction now. So first thing you need to have, obviously, a clear direction. We obviously know in the market there's three different things the market can be doing: moving bullish, which is up; bearish, which is down; and obviously ranging. So as you can see in this market, you can tell price is ranging. But in this range, we've got highs of the range being respected, lows being respected. So we can see we're in a range here. So that's one thing. I already identified the market condition. I know what's happening. All right, cool. Now another thing is support and resistance, because that's the whole premise of this basically strategy of and break and retest. So now we've identified that we're in a range. Now we need to identify whether we're at price that support or resistance, because we know in the range if we're at support, we're most likely going to bounce off and go up. So then we'll be looking for buys if price was at support. But if we're at resistance, we'll be looking for sales, because the price is most likely going to go down because it's in a range. So price is not at resistance, but we've rejected resistance and we're on the way down. So because that's what's happening, it's clear that most likely price is going to come down to this level of support. So we've already got our direction now from the weekly. That's all we need. So now we can go to the daily and just follow on that premise from the weekly. So then, okay, we know price is likely to go down for the week because of how the weekly looked and how it was coming down. So now we go to the daily and we're following from that. So on the daily, okay, you can see again the range from the weekly following on to the daily, just in a bigger view, zoomed in. So now we want to look for how can we look to capitalize off that bearish move. All right, so we've, after rejecting the highs of the resistance, price created a bit of a level of support there before it went up to the highs, and then, as you can see, we've come back up into it, respected it, held at this level of support, which is like at the mid-range. As you can see, price is respecting it every time, and then we've broken below it. So now, because we obviously trade a break and retest, how can we capitalize off this bearish move? So now I'll be looking at, okay, how can I look to get short? So price has respected this level just before breaking it, and then after breaking out this level, we've got this candle close, which we showed a bit of rejection. That's why the wick's like that, and price has ended up closing like that in the candlestick. So I can think, okay, the way we can get in short is if price pulled back into this level, which has been respected here, 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 so multiple times in the past. That's a high chance we can look to get short from there, and then try to get a continuation either to support here where price pulled back from, or even lower to here. So that's what I'll be looking for. So that's literally all I need. So then obviously that's what I'll carry on, say, okay, that's added to my watch list. That is clean setup. That if that scenario does happen, so I'll be waiting to look to short that next week. So clean, it's simple as that. Break and retest, that's what I'm looking to get into. I can show you another example. US dollar Swiss weekly. We identify what the first thing, what's the trend doing? Bearish, making lower lows, lower highs. Is price at level of support resistance? No, a few weeks ago it was, but now you can see price is on its way down. Now we've come up to the resistance level and we've rejected it, and now we're pushing down. So with this candle, we've had a nice two candles there, doji and like a shooting star kind of close here, looking like an evening star. And now with this candle showed strong rejection, price come all the way up here, close like that, so showing strong rejection. I'm looking for that continuation potentially down into this level of support. So that's literally all I need from the weekly. So that's very clear. So I go to the daily now, carrying that on, thinking, okay, how can I capitalize off this? We've already had the reverse in the shoulder from last week where I showed you guys I was able to get in short on this, or 2 weeks ago rather. But now I'm looking to short this again. And what's the scenario I can look to get into to short this? Right, the scenario I can see is price is at this level of support here after having this breakout retest, and we've dropped a bit to here, or we're seeming to respect the support. You can see we've bounced obviously first, or pulled back, then we bounced off here with this wick, and then obviously respecting it there. So what I would like to see is if price can break below this level, make a lower low, come at retest level, I'll look to short it, aiming for this support where price pull back from, just like this type of thing, where price broke out, retested here, then we can look to short to this level of support where price is respecting. That's one level you can aim for, or you can aim for the lower low, which would be this level of support. So that's it in a nutshell. You just want to be following the trend from the weekly to the daily. So now I'm gonna show you an example which I don't take. So whether, and that's GBP CAD. So if we go to the weekly now, in my opinion, there's 2 scenarios that could happen with this pair, yeah, because it looks very rangy. So that's one. It looks like a range, but it looks like it can break out the range. So it's 2 potential scenarios which I'm gonna go through now. So if you want to look here, obviously you can say price was ranging here, respected there, respected there, respected here. This was a fake out, and then immediately came back here, respected the support, come up into here. And unlike what happened here previously, where it was a fake out and price immediately came down, instead price held above with this doji kind of candle here, and then we came down here. So that's telling me, okay, that's not a fake out like this, where price immediately came down, closed inside it, and then respected it and came down. So that's already making me think, okay, if this range is going to continue back down to here, it could, but then it couldn't, because this can also be a breakout. Then price could be retesting this level here, because remember, support and resistance is not just a line, it's like a zone. But that's how I draw it on, because that's how I like it looking. So this could be price to come back to retest this support resistance as a zone, and then it respects it, and then we see a bounce. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's not confirmed yet until we see maybe next week we get a close and price closes bullish like this, like that, and then it becomes apparent to you that, okay, it's bullish and it's a break and retest. But right now it's not. But right now I'm thinking, because of how the candles close, these 2 especially here, it could potentially get that bounce. So because I'm thinking that already, it's not clear, so it's like no point of trying to figure out what's gonna happen on the daily. Because now we go to the daily, okay, now we're at that midpoint in the range again where price is respecting multiple times, and it's here, and we've closed a bit below it. But remember, support and resistance is like a zone, not really a one line. So we've got the rejection of this level, kind of. So what can happen? First, I was literally gonna look at it. Then I thought the only way I look to short it is if price makes a bit of support here. We get the break and retest from here. So if I'm looking to short it, I'm only looking to short it if price breaks below here, because it's too risky to look to short it if price comes back up into. So it's too risky to short it if price comes back up into here, because then it could potentially be the reversal and price looking to push higher. You know what I'm saying? So I was first going to add it to my list and say I'm only looking to short it if it breaks below here. But then I thought to myself, if I go through the hassle, it's not really clear on the weekly of what's going to happen. Let me just take off the watch list. It's not as clear as all these other setups, you know what I'm saying? So I thought, you know what, I'll just take it off. There's no point in stressing. If I don't have a trade for the week, I don't care. I'd rather have a trade for the week when it's clear than rather battle the market when it's not clear. You know what I'm saying? That's when you got to know to pick your moments. If it's not clear, bro, don't rush it. Do you know what I'm saying? If it's clear, that's when you attack. But when it's not clear, there's no point in taking the trade. You know what I'm saying? Just wait it out. So yeah, I thought I'm gonna wait it out. This ain't clear. Straight away from the weekly, it's not clear. So there's no point in me trying to even try to get in. You know what I'm saying? So just give that a miss, sit on my hands, and we wait for the next trade setup. If it comes next week, whether it don't, best way to keep money in this trading game is to not trade, especially setups that are not clear. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I took this off the watch list. So boom, it's off. And I've only got 7 pairs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs on the watch list for next week. So yeah, that's how you preserve your capital, you pick the best trades, and you predict the direction of trades. I'll say 95% of the time. Because following that weekly direction to the daily and doing it like that, and if it's not clear on the weekly, following that direction, I'm telling you, your strike rate goes up a lot. So yeah, take it from me. If you don't want to take it from me and you want to trade these 50-50 setups, boy, just know your win rate is going to be down. But following the weekly, your win rate is going to be a lot higher. So yeah, man, you lot seen it, the breakdowns that I've done from the past, like the past 3, they've all been winners. So really know it works and that. So yeah, man. Make sure you look out for next video. But that's it from me, man. I'm out.
I would exclude shit on my body. I'm just saying though.